Da 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 da. Hi, this is Julie Brown, and this is my podcast, Just Say Julie. Eventually, we're going to have the budget for a real theme song, but we don't yet, so you're going to have to live with this. Da da da, yeah. This is the second episode of Just Say Julie, and we've gotten a really good response to the first one. I'm really glad people like it because it's such an insane thing to do. Go, here's a title from my past. I'm going to do it now, and it's going to be totally different. So, thank you, Benny, for producing and for editing. And I had such a good time. So, that's what this show's going to be like. Just the continued thoughts and musings and funny things about my life and my friends. And I'm really excited about it. And now, here's story time. I should tell you about what happened this week. Well, first of all, I'm wearing a witch dress because of what the story I want to tell you about this week. All right, I'll go back. I got a new dog. I knew he was coming on Friday. It was a puppy of my friend's dog who had puppies. So I knew he was coming on Friday, and I thought, I have to get this house ready because it was filthy. It was disgusting. And I mean, I really have tried my best to clean up during COVID, but I don't think this is one of my skills. I mean, I did my best, but the house still had like not dust bunnies, but like dust ostriches. I mean, it was like there was dust, there was cobwebs, there was like, and I keep cleaning them and then they'd come back like they were multiplying or something. You know how they do that? I thought I have to get this cleaning crew here before we do this. She was wearing glasses. I don't know why that made me trust her. She's an hour late. I asked her to bring a vacuum because I can't get my vacuum to work. I think it's cursed. Anyway, she didn't bring a vacuum, and she goes, I'm just going to leave the door open because my husband's going to come in. And I'm like, okay. Then after a while, I look, and this is like half hour later, there is a guy at the sink. He seems relatively nice, too, and he's got tattoos everywhere. So, but he's kind of joking around. He's way more talkative than the woman is. And he's just telling, he goes, yeah, I was in jail. Yeah, I've done some bad things in my life. And you know, the thing is, that's okay. But it's a little bit scary when someone's in your house saying that a little bit. And I had a candle burning on the counter because, well, the truth is I'm kind of a witch. And I had a spell candle burning with crystals all around it. And I was doing a spell for inspiration. And the guy says to me, he goes, so who's a witch here? And I was completely shocked because most people don't know anything about that. And I go, well, I am. Do you know about it? He goes, oh, yeah, I know all about it. I had the gift till I was 5. And then he starts telling me about he's seen spirits. And then the wife walks in, which I guess she wasn't cleaning anymore. And she goes, oh, yeah, I've seen spirits and I hear them. And she goes, and when I came up to your door, I thought, she's a witch. So I'm completely fascinated because no one's ever said anything like that to me in my kitchen. And she starts telling me how she hears and sees things. And he said he's seen things his whole life. And they're both like telling me all these stories. And, you know, he keeps mentioning being a criminal. So part of me was going, is this really safe that they're here? And they don't seem to be cleaning all that much, even though he kept wiping down the counter. So then she says to the guy, tell her about the time you saw a demon. And I'm like, oh, okay. And he says there was some guy who lived behind them. So he was going out to check on that guy. He said he had clothes on, I think. Yeah, he had shorts on. He goes, he was completely shredded, like muscular. And he had black circular eyes, like dead black eyes. And then when he smiled at him, he had razor sharp teeth. So I'm like, oh my God, what do I do? I was fascinated. But he said, then the demon screamed at him 2 more times and he fell down. He couldn't do anything. He thought, I better go in the house. Like, I better get away. And then he had this, he started to do a curve around the backyard. He goes, but if I run around, if it's really just a toy, it won't turn its head. He goes, but it turned its head and smiled at me with its razor sharp teeth. So then he runs in the house. He tells his wife, I just saw a demon. Come on, I just saw a demon in the backyard. You got to come see it. And she goes out with him and she sees it too. So they're both swearing to me that they saw a demon in their yard. And they went in the house and hid and locked all the doors. And I'm like, I don't know what to make of this. But it's kind of scary too, because I just haven't had people like in my house telling me about demons. That hasn't happened. Sure, I'm a witch, but that hasn't happened yet. Oh, the other thing is they didn't even clean the upstairs. She said to me when I wrote on the thing that it was 3 bedrooms, she goes, I thought it just meant like these 3 downstairs rooms. So I had to clean the upstairs, even though I paid for them to do it. But on top of all this, the guy cleaned my refrigerator. The best job of refrigerator cleaning I have ever seen. So I got that out of it. So then I was waiting for my dog, and they'd sent me a tracker, like where the car was, the car with the dog. And they never told me when it was coming. So for the next 3 days, I kept looking at the tracker. And it was really, really stressful because I thought, like, where is my dog? Like, you're just seeing it move around, but it's like having a teenager out on the road because I've mentally become attached to the dog already. And I don't know where he is. And is he driving? Is he driving drunk? What's happening? Right? So finally, they showed up yesterday. And it was a woman with a van, and she had a guy with her, and they had other dogs in the van. And she was a transport person. And then I saw my dog, who is in the backyard now. We ended up naming him Obi, like Obi-Wan. My son came up with that. And I like it because I haven't heard a dog named that. And then he also said, I will tell him the force is strong with this one. So he's a great dog. I'm just in shock, though, that I have a dog. I thought it would be, I mean, I've caught dogs before, but I thought it'd be like, hey, I get it. This is awesome. But you do kind of go into shock when you get a new pet or a baby, I think, because you realize your life is completely disrupted, like completely. Well, I put him in the crate because they say you're supposed to do that to train them to pee. And he cried, and then I felt really horrible, but I left him in there. And then I kept getting up at night, and he never peed. He never peed when I'd take him out. And that makes you worried, like, what am I doing wrong? And I don't know. I think puppies are going to do what they're going to do, right? He's so sweet, though, and I do already love him. He's so cute. So that's been my week. I'm really still nervous. That was story time. And now, conversations with Benny. Hi. You remember Benny Lawrence from last week. She's the producer, my really good friend. Her real name's Jessica, so I keep slipping into Jessica, but you should call her Benny Lawrence if you ever run into her. And Benny just did an amazing short film that you put on Instagram.
Oh, thanks. I mean, it's just a little video.
It's hilarious. Tell them about it.
Well, if you've ever seen a day in the life vlog on YouTube, I mean, there are literally millions of these videos. They're mostly of women taking you through their day, and so I just did like a parody of that. A girl who thinks she's super deep,
But is not.
But is not.
What's it called? Say the title.
Oh, a day in the life vlog of a broke bitch in LA.
And where do they find it?
On Instagram. And I can link my...
link it. It's really funny. I was like... And she shot it entirely herself. That is so...
Thanks.
Good. I don't know that I could do that. And you edited it. You do everything.
Yeah. But you totally could do it. I think I have an advantage having grown up making videos.
Yeah. I know. If you teach me how to edit, then I can get loose myself and making my own videos. But I'm still really impressed because it's not like my generation grew up editing video. So, you know, we get paralyzed sometimes by techno things. I mean, I do. And even if I learn it, the next time I go to do it, I go like, how do I do it again? And I get very anxious about it, like a technophobia that you guys don't have. Like my son has no technophobia. He just does stuff. And I wish I had that skill. I don't think it's a matter of just doing things over and over. I think it's always going to be there. Like just a little anxiety tick, you know. Right?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you really wanted to like be super confident behind your computer, like you could take a class. You know, it would be the worst thing ever. it would. There is hope if you wanted it to be gone.
But it's kind of like, it sounds like one of those things where, where you're trying to learn about something and you're going, I'm going to learn about this thing. And you just get ready and you start listening and then you just drift away. Mm-hmm. That's what I think it will be.
That was my whole college experience.
Really? Every class? Everything?
Every single class.
Oh, wow.
I just would draw the whole time. I have my favorite drawings are from that time.
Well, that's good. She's a really good artist, too. Very good artist.
Thanks, Julie.
I didn't do that if we were talking about probably anything to do with art. But if it wasn't to do with art, I would just like... And my son, who's into... he's in grad school to study policy for electric vehicles and for the environment. So, okay, I don't know how that happened.
Yeah.
Because he's really good at that. He's gotten scholarships and everything. He'll start telling me about something, about permitting stations for electric vehicles in California. And I just like almost fall asleep, almost pass out.
Yeah.
Right? Because I can't, it's not interesting. I mean, my son's interesting, but that thing, but he feels that same way about things like musicals. My son doesn't like musicals. And when he was little, I realized he didn't like musicals. That's how I knew he wasn't gay. And I had to get over my disappointment. And I would say to him, where's my gay son? Which, I would have been so okay having a gay son. I love my son the way he is. I love it. But like if you could have a straight son and a gay son, wouldn't that be the greatest thing ever?
I love that. I would love a gay son for you, though.
I know. I would have been so great. Cause
maybe you'll have a gay grandson, though.
That would be
someday.
Fantastic.
That might even be better, though, honestly, because he will be growing up in a world that's more at
accepting.
least in LA.
No, you're right, because I would have had to deal with people possibly not being cool to my son, which would make me want to kill them. So you're right. Maybe that'll be easier on me, at least.
Yeah.
But I would love it because, I don't know. I love gay men so much.
There's something so special about gay men.
They are. They're my favorite person. Like, I don't even... I just always have found... Like, when I go into a crowd, I can always find the gay man.
Yeah. I have a terrible gaydar, though.
Do you?
Well, all of my boyfriends besides Luke, they're all...
Well, maybe the thing is you were attracted to them, but you didn't know they were gay. You were just attracted to the gay man.
Yeah.
Which I am too, but I know they're gay.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It started to happen years ago before I even really got that there were gay people in my junior high. I just ended up with people that were my best friends. Then when I got to acting school in San Francisco, all my friends were gay. And that was fantastic because San Francisco is a wonderful city. Well, it was then. For being accepting.
Yeah.
They were like, gay people felt like they could just be themselves. And it was such a wonderful environment. So I loved it. I mean, it was fantastic. wasn't like that then.
Really?
No, LA was still a bunch of dumb straight dudes. Like if you'd go do stand-up, it would just be dumb straight dudes. Whereas when I started performing in gay nightclubs in San Francisco when I was in acting school, it was gay audience, and they were incredible, and they got every joke. I think they're smarter, which maybe that's not right to say, but they are smarter.
Straight men are some of the dumbest
people ever.
Rocks. It's like honestly like they literally have rocks in their head.
I know, and they don't understand the nuance of things or the subtlety of human relationships that are going on sometimes. They don't get it.
No.
Right? They'll be like, no, I didn't see that happening. You're like, how could you not?
Yeah.
Right? So, I don't know. I don't know how we got on the subject. But
we could also talk about the current updates of The Bachelor.
The Bachelor. Okay. The Bachelor, because we are very hooked into The Bachelor. This week, I really thought Shanae was going to go. Didn't you? Mm-hmm. I really did, because the other girls were trying. It seemed like they collectively had built up a momentum.
I agree.
To trash her and get Clayton, the dumbass.
He might be the dumbest bachelor they've ever had.
I think he is for sure. What we were saying about straight men.
Yeah.
Clayton is the epitome. Like, he's hot and you want to have sex with him, but he's a dummy.
We could also have Luke on for the male opinion about Shanae.
Oh, okay, we will. Here's Luke for the straight male opinion. This is Luke, Benny's boyfriend, and this is Obi, the dog. Isn't he cute? He's so cute. We're keeping him here because we really can't do anything with him right now.
Yeah.
He won't stay outside. Anyway, so Luke, explain to us why straight guys like Shanae.
Wow. Right. Yeah. Shanae.
Yeah.
So, how can I put this? She really has like all the intangibles that every male, at least that heterosexual men
okay.
want.
Okay, which are?
So she's crazy, but she's aware that she's crazy.
Why does that make a difference, being aware?
Well, because if you're unaware that you're crazy, that's just frightening. That's
Oh, right,
You're
you're
just completely going mental.
Right, you're just got a crazy
Yeah.
girl with you.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, that's just like completely unhinged. She can ramp it up and down as needed in
Yeah.
a very manipulative way.
And that's hot?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's unresistible.
Irresistible? Unresistible?
Irresistible.
Irresistible.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's irresistible.
Why is that? The why? Why is that irresistible?
Because it's combined with the fact that she's like physically attractive in like sort of the tall,
Right.
blonde, bombshell type of
Right.
way. And I don't know, it's just something about her. It's almost impossible to explain, and it makes me nervous.
Because you'd see her and you go, yeah, I would.
Yes.
If that was
Yes.
available to me, and I didn't have an amazing girlfriend like
Yes,
Benny.
and she seems like the type of girl that would hate every guy that comes near her. Like, oh, I
Yeah,
could
yeah.
never go up to her because she'll probably make me feel like a small man.
Uh-huh. And that's attractive.
Well, what's so attractive is that what's his name on The Bachelor?
Clayton.
Clayton knows that
Yeah.
she's the type of girl, but she really wants him and is
Right.
manipulating other women. He knows that she's manipulating him, but he likes it, I think.
I think he does like it.
Yeah.
And why do you think, I mean, do you think just because he likes her, does he think there's like a promise of sex? That's why he won't, even all the other girls are telling him to get rid of her?
Sure. It's 100% the sex that he's interested in. He's not interested in one other thing in the universe.
See, that's really
Yeah,
weird. I mean,
yeah.
I know
It's
men are
terrible.
like that, and, but it's still
It's-
unforgivable
I-
in a way. Like, he doesn't want to know anything about her.
No.
Right?
Yeah, no, he doesn't.
He doesn't give a crap. And, even when she cries and goes, I've had this horrible,
Yeah.
terrible life, you're like,
Yeah.
he knows it's fake, right?
Yeah,
And,
and-
you doesn't care.
No, he doesn't care. It's like you can't be that poor a judge of character. It's like it's so transparent.
Yeah.
Maybe he's
No,
just an idiot.
No, I think he is an idiot, but I see what your point is. He kind
Yeah.
of goes, she's playing me.
Yeah.
I don't care. I'd have sex with her.
Right.
Are there any other girls you think he likes on the show?
I think he really likes the pilot. What's her name?
Oh yeah,
The pilot.
Victoria.
I think she's gonna win. I think
I don't.
Victoria's gonna
I don't
win.
know why their names don't stick because it's like they all have the same name.
Yeah, the blonde pilot. She's kind of soft-spoken
Yeah,
and
she's
cute.
like, kinda like
That's who
soft.
he'll land with. But he's gonna draw out this Shanae thing as long as he can because
Oh my
you
God.
can't get enough.
Wow. Like,
Yeah.
do you think he would pick her like to marry?
No. I think he needs a little more time with her because he's not prepared to. It's like a bad habit. Like he's not
Right.
prepared to put it.
Do you think
down.
like he's hoping to go to the fantasy suite and then give her the boot?
Wow,
Right?
that would be pretty low.
I know.
To take it that far, that'd be a little.
Oh, okay. So you think he'll
Yeah.
just grope her, make
Yeah,
out
he
with
wants to
her,
make out with her a couple more times.
and then give her the boot. Because the other girls have been pretty convincing, and the fact that he's not listening at all.
Did you see her say she deserves an Oscar for her
Yes,
performance?
yes. She's like, I'm such a good actress.
She was like Meryl Streep, Shanae. That's
She's like so
crazy.
awful. Yeah, she knew she was lying, and she was proud of it. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
I'm trying to think if I know anyone like that in real life. That's pretty low. You
Yeah.
know, I don't know, but I thank you. The only other girl you're thinking about is the pilot, or you think that's who he's thinking
Yeah.
about? Is there any other girl you think is hot?
Oh, I mean, they're all like really. They're all. I mean, they're all hot.
So I guess so. The
but
thing that's weird to me is that they are so thin. They're like
yeah,
all look like they've had ribs removed before
yeah,
the show.
yeah. Some of them are really like too
Tiny, right?
too tiny. Which I feel like, especially now, men. At least I don't really find that
I
attractive.
know.
Really skinny.
I know because the
There's
Kardashians
really-
changed all that. And Shanae isn't really skinny, you know. So well,
No,
the Kardashians
exactly.
brought in the big butt, so.
Was that the Kardashians?
It started with J-Lo, actually. But,
Oh,
she
wow.
didn't... She did this movie where
Yeah.
she got out of a bed and she had, like, see-through underwear on. And then everybody... I forget what it was called. Everyone went crazy for that. And then the Kardashians went, that's what we go with. So they all promoted the big butt. And then it's become a thing. And
now
I was
it's
like...
implants. Now you'll see...
Implants. And, I went into a plastic surgeon's
God.
once to just get an estimate. Not on that, but on something else, which I won't say. And the girl who was his, person, and I said to her, I go, are butt implants, this is a few years ago, I go, are butt implants really a thing? She goes, oh, yes. That's one of our biggest sellers. And she goes, I have it. I go, you do? And then she turns around, lifts up her dress, so she's wearing thong underwear, and she goes,
No.
Want to feel it? And I'm
No.
like, yes. And I said, yes. So I'm like, so I felt her butt.
And?
It felt really good. It was like, it didn't feel fake or anything. And I was like,
Imagine
wow.
if the doctor had walked in and you were like...
I know. He's probably like, good, she's selling
Yeah,
things for
yeah,
me.
he was probably like, sure.
But isn't that weird? I was like, and how can I turn it down?
Yeah.
Can't turn it down.
So you did it? Oh, I see.
No,
Yeah.
I felt her butt.
Yeah.
I just like,
Yeah.
that's a weird thing. I didn't walk in that day thinking that.
Yeah, that you're going to feel a stranger's fake ass.
No, but it felt good. It felt more real than I thought.
It's great.
But I'm still not, that's not what I was thinking about. So
Right,
I'm not
right.
going to say, I'm going to keep it a mystery. Thanks, Luke, for the straight male opinion.
So you had
Of The
said
Bachelor.
that you love the
love-
ice skating or the snowboarding.
I loved both. I love snowboarding and ice skating. Snowboarding, I cannot believe you haven't watched the snowboarding. I mean, it's like the most superhuman, incredible thing these people do. I mean, they built this ramp in the Olympics in China. That's right, it's China. Where they go off a thing, they go across a housetop, then it plunges down, then they do 5 flips in the air. It's just unbelievable. I don't know how people don't die learning how to do it. You're so bored with me talking about it even.
I honestly was.
I
And
know.
I'm never ever bored when we're talking.
You just zoned out like I was talking about earlier. You just went to sleep kind of. I think the snowboarding is amazing.
Well, but I think that the Olympics as a whole are so uninteresting. It would not
okay.
be possible for me to be less interested.
I don't know why I'm so interested. I think it's that human beings have strained really hard to do something superhuman. And I feel like I've done that many times in my life.
Yeah.
Just performing. Performing feels like you're pushing really hard to do something superhuman. And these are people who are doing something physical. Mm-hmm. And I mean, the ice skating, you don't get excited by the ice skating? God, I can't. They do like these whole triple flips where they go in the air and spin 4 times and then glide down. The thing I do not like that much about the ice skating, I don't love the male costumes. The male costumes
are always ridiculous.
they're really bad. And I go, why don't they just try to look hotter than that? They look like they're just wearing like unitards that someone's, taken like a glue gun and sewed sequins on, made a pattern that you don't even know what it is.
Do you think it's because it's such a traditional sport that you're not even supposed to be like looking really at the man, that he's almost like isn't it more about the girl's outfit?
No, because I'm talking about when it's the men's competition.
Yeah.
Like when it's the men's, short program.
Yeah.
You're looking at men.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's been around forever.
Yeah.
So I just don't understand why they don't look cooler. There was one guy a few years ago, his first name was Elvis, I can't remember his last name, and he wore sort of cool costumes, and he was great, but like it came and went.
Yeah.
And now they're back to looking like, male ballerinas in general, except Nathan Chen, who's an American. He performed this week, and he got a world record for doing this insane amount of scoring in his short program. And he was pretty great, and Vera Wang did his costume. You don't even care. She did his costume.
Who is Vera Wang? What is that?
Who is Vera Wang? Oh! She's a famous designer. Famous female designer. You don't know her?
I feel
okay,
like
stop. What designers? Stop. What designers do you know?
Marc Jacobs,
One.
Kate Spade, but she sadly died.
She died by.
Sister of David Spade.
Yeah.
Um,
I still feel sad about her.
yeah, me too. That's
Sister-in-law of David Spade.
sister-in-law. Yeah.
That's it.
Is Nordstrom's a brand?
A designer. It's a department store, which has many. Alexander McQueen. None of. Oh
No,
my God.
but you know what? The one thing that I have that's like a designer thing. This is the only thing I like. This is my only information about designers. I have a dress that was made by Marc Jacobs.
Okay.
And it's mine. I was given it.
That's
as a
pretty
gift.
cool, but he's not the only designer. And I'm going to have to educate you to some of the designers who are incredible because they really are. Have you don't tell me you haven't seen Devil Wears Prada.
Yes, I've seen it.
Okay.
Amazing movie.
Right. And do you remember where Stanley Tucci goes, "How can you not care about fashion? Some of the most amazing artists in the world have walked through these doors."
I don't remember that part.
He's talking about designers, whereas I think people don't always feel that way, but I feel that way. Like, they come up with these incredible things. It's kind of like why I keep watching Project Runway, because I want to see people invent things that are brand new. You know?
I feel like everything that's wearable has been done. Personally. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Um,
It's all been done. There's pants,
have
there's
you,
a shirt, there's a
have you
skirt,
watched
there's a
Project
dress.
Runway?
I'm sure I have.
They have a thing they do called the unconventional challenge, where they take materials that would not be used to make clothing, and then they make these elaborate, incredible outfits.
But then when are you going to wear that?
That's not the important. It's not about that.
Why is it not
it's
about
art.
that?
It's art.
But that doesn't make any sense, Julie.
It's art. Well, what is a painting about? You know, it's like
Looking at it.
That's what these are about. Looking at it.
I know, but you
never.
never look at it unless you're watching that show. That's the only time you look at it.
I don't know what to do with her. I don't know what to do with her.
But does it fashion, clothes? It's never made sense to me. My sister dressed me when I was a kid. She picked out my clothes.
So
my
sad.
grandma buys me all my clothes currently. She
What?
buys me all my clothes.
Okay, this has to stop.
Besides, sometimes I'll thrift
I'm gonna
jeans.
have to show you specific designers. You know, the gay audience out there they're horrified right now that you don't know one designer.
I'm sorry.
I know, but you're also young, and I'm gonna have to educate you.
I'm not that young. It's gonna be my birthday in 3 weeks.
Yeah, but you're gonna
Better
be
give
what?
me something good.
25.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not like that young.
No,
That's
it's
like you're
not.
an
You should know a
adolescent.
bunch of designers. You should know, and you should care about fashion. I mean,
You care about
when
fashion
I was
enough for the both of us. It
okay.
sounds
When
like.
I was in junior high, I was like so addicted to all this stuff, and I even had. I would save my allowance, and I had shoes in every color, and I'd wear them. And because my mom wouldn't buy me that many clothes, I made them. I made clothes like all the time.
Wow.
I know. So I was like doing my best to attempt to be like that, because it is, fashion is, you've heard this before, it's about your self-expression. It's about your expressing your something internally. And that's why it's not nothing what you wear, So
No,
it's
I'm
important.
listening.
It's
I'm
important. It's like, regular people dress really boringly, but that's because I think that's what's going on inside. Do you know what I mean? Whereas like the drag queens I've known, gay people I've known, women that are just fabulous, they wear things that express like a sense of fabulousness, right?
Yeah.
And then they feel that way. It also makes you feel a certain way. So, I'm not giving up on fashion. I'm going to probably have to wear some great things on this podcast. Just to show, this is a witch dress. So I wasn't going for something really couture, but I will soon. I'm
Okay.
going to start buying couture things and wearing on the show. So
What
expect
is
it.
couture?
I don't even know what to do. What do I do with that? This has been my podcast, my second one. It's really fun because it's so stress-free. It's in my house. So stay tuned, and we're going to eventually have a website so you can tell us what you think. I would love to hear that, or just how you feel about anything. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you. Da da da, yeah.
I think that's everything that can be said has been said. It's all been said.